What's up, guys? Back with another video. Today I want to talk about pain. And basically, no matter what you do in life, you're going to have a choice between the pain of change or the pain of regret. And it's up to you. So basically, when it comes to getting in shape, you're going to feel uncomfortable because it's going to be a lot of things that you're not used to. If you want the best results, you're going to have to go through learning how to count your calories. You're going to have to go through, minding what you eat. You can't go through the same things that you regularly go to for your snacks or your regular meals. You're not going to be eating out as much. Really, if you're serious about either losing weight, gaining muscle, there's a method to it. And the pain of change is basically comes with discipline. And that means restricting yourself to certain things that you know are not beneficial to you in the long term. Or you could just keep doing what you're doing, and later on you're going to have the pain of regret. Those are the people that said, you know what, I should have done this. It doesn't matter, even not in terms of fitness, even financial things. Oh man, yeah, it felt good that I bought this, and this, but now I need the pain of regret. I don't have enough for this, stuff that you actually need. And you put your wants in front of your needs. A lot of times people do the same thing with their diet. They put their wants instead of their needs. If you want to reach a certain goal of fitness, you can't just be leisurely eating a whole bunch of sweets and junk food all the time. But that might be what you're used to doing. So to avoid the pain of making the decision, having the discipline to do it, you go ahead and indulge in it. Not saying that you can never, eat sweets and junk food from time to time, but nowhere near what you're used to doing, and you feel comfortable in the moment. And then later on, when the doctor's saying, hey, you got clogged arteries, you're at risk of a stroke, you're either pre-diabetic or already diabetic, and things of that nature, now you have the pain of regret because you had the choice before all of those things happened that you could have prevented, and you chose to avoid the pain of making those choices earlier on, and now you're dealing with the pain of regret, and you're like, damn, you know what, I should have started sooner. And now you're dealing with the pain of regret because now you got all these other complications later on down the line, and now you have to, you're still going to suffer the pain regardless. It's just that I made a video before, do you want to pay on the front end or do you want to pay on the back end? And I guarantee you, paying on the back end is always going to be more expensive than paying on the front end. And when you practice the delayed gratification, what you're doing is actually increasing the discipline. You're actually making the choices easier in the long run, because I guarantee you, the pain of you leaving the cookies on the shelf at the store is going to feel nowhere near as much as the pain you're going to feel when you get that stroke or that slight heart attack scare. Yeah, you're going to be wishing that's the pain of regret. Like, damn. Because it seems like nothing now. You're going to be like, I wish I would have started sooner. I wish I would have checked this sooner. Now the damage is done. And a lot of times you feel great. Oh, is this not really affecting me? I'm going to start later. Meantime, that compound interest of all that stuff is adding up slowly over time. And a lot of people, they'll ask me advice. They'll see me either in the gym or they'll just see me on the street, and they ask me, hey, what do I need to do to gain muscle? What do I need to do to get in shape? And I'll tell them, just watch what you eat, as far as learning to track your calories, as far as just, you don't even have to do like crazy cardio, just walking. Because I don't even do running or even jogging, to be honest. I just walk, just get some steps in. You know, me, I prefer to do it outside, but you could do it outside. You could do it on a treadmill inside. It doesn't matter. You could do it in place as long as you know, getting some type of cardio in to help, you know, with your heart rate and all of that stuff, the strength of your heart. So steady state cardio. You doesn't even have to do. You don't even have to do anything extreme. But even though you would give people advice, they look at it as that's too much pain right now that I don't want to do, and they don't even take the advice. And most people know what to do. It's just the pain of starting and having to stay consistent with what they avoid. And so later on, they deal with the pain of standing in line, seeing if they're approved for government assistance for certain medications, because, you know, the medication that they got to take now, because they tried to avoid that other pain, is costing too much, and it's costing them more in the long run. So you avoid pain on the front end of doing what you need to do as far as getting in shape. You can start off with something simple: push-up, sit-ups, and squats. It's your upper, mid, and lower section of your body. It's not going to cover everything, but it's at least a start. And a lot of people, just that much alone, they're like, that's too much. Because you can't just coast for amazing results. I didn't go and start at the gym and just, hey, you don't have to go balls to the wall every time, but at least I went through the pain. Yeah, I'll feel a little bit sore. Now when I work out, yeah, I might feel a little bit sore, but it's nowhere near as when I first started. I went through that initial pain to get the results that I wanted. And now when I do work out, right now, I'm just at maintenance, really, because I'm not coming out feeling like I'm about to die every time I go to the gym. It might be for you because you're used to being sedentary. You're not used to using certain muscle groups. So now you're waking your muscle up. You're feeling that initial pain of consistency and getting started. But I'll tell you, 10 out of 10, I would rather feel that pain than being 65, 60. Some people be in their mid to late 40s feeling like they're 95 years old because they didn't take care of themselves, trying to avoid the pain earlier on. And now they're like, man, guess what they're going to say? It's genetics. I think not too long, a few days ago, marked 7 years of me starting out. First time ever going into a gym working out. 7 years. So it's not like I just started yesterday. I didn't start 3 months ago. And then people look at me and they're like, oh, it's genetics. No, I had to work at it. I went through that initial phase of pain, because what I don't want to do is feel that pain because I'm out of shape later on. Things I can avoid. You can't avoid everything, but there's a hell of a lot of things going on right now with a lot of people, and it's things that they could avoid. Majority of the medicine that people take right now for their health, most of it is things that can be avoided. That's saying something. You have the American medical industry making billions, probably even trillions of dollars because of things that you could avoid but chose not to. So pretty much that avoidance of pain is basically just fear of you feeling uncomfortable. And the question is, are you uncomfortable enough of being comfortable of where you are? And you making a start is not always going to be perfect. You don't have to start off with perfection or the perfect plan, the perfect workout, the perfect meal plan, or whatever. As long as you make the initial start. But that's basically what I got today. And if you need help avoiding that pain, if you have the fear of you wasting your time not knowing what to do, you can hit me on Instagram. I'm gonna have it in the description box below, and we can talk about some things, see if we're fit to work together. If you're actually serious about getting in shape, you know, you've already overcame that fear and you're ready to get started and get this work in, so you can look like you actually work out. You don't have to question, you know, so much about your health later on down the line. Just hit me up in my inbox on Instagram. But that's all I got for today, guys. Like I always say, you only live once. You might as well look and feel good living it.